this shit behind the scenes. We just started talking like, I just got here. I was rolling a little late and just screamed Miggy a bunch of times because I freaking love this dude. And then, Jimmy, as he does before every show, asks Miggy a very good question, to which Miggy then, because he's a fucking human being that makes sense, starts answering that question with epic content that none of you will ever hear.
Right.
It's our game. That's how we roll. That's how we get ahead of the game.
Right?
No,
yeah.
No. But like seriously, we interview people that we love, and sometimes we can't wait to go live, and we just talk about shit, and that's why I love
what
this
you guys
job.
see on air is exactly how we're like off air.
Yeah, exactly. There's no game, there's no show. But welcome back, MiggyCrypto. This is your second NFT game day, I think. You've been here. No, the first time you were Tech Talk on Tuesday, but now you're here for NFT Game Day, and you're going to talk about the first blockchain conference, gaming conference in Texas.
Yeah, we're it's what me and the team that I'm with, William Barnes, Mike Smart, a few others, we've been working on getting set up to host a 3-day blockchain gaming festival. Kind of, trying to just take what's happening in esports already and, combine that with the blockchain space and the emerging games that are coming out, and just create an environment that we can put a lot of the devs that are in the space together under one roof, get them commingling and have a space where everybody can kind of look towards every year to see what's going on in the gaming arenas, who's participating, what games are coming out, what teams are being built. We're trying to create what's called the Nifty League, the NFTE League. And so with this league, we're going to hopefully encourage, more esports like competitions by having a unified front, I guess, for like, the blockchain gaming space, that we can create a competitive thing with it, and put it under a league and just have a lot of participants, team members, teams. And so kind of just what they're doing already with esports, but adapt to have not just one game, but several blockchain games that teams can focus on, and we can kind of really push the play to earn models out and really get people excited about it. So it's fun. It's been a lot of work to get to this point, and we're still trying to really secure the venue, but we've already teamed up with some great marketing people. We're working with UBL and somebody in Texas who their company's called John Wayne Presents. And also we just hired like a new marketing and media manager. So we're pretty close, man. Like once we lock down this venue and get these dates, which right now it's December 17th or the 19th. Like that's what we're geared up to do this. It's going to be great. Like it's going to be, the first event of its kind, especially just for the blockchain gaming space. And, a lot of people don't realize that basically encompasses everything that has to do with NFTs. Everything that has to do with NFTs, cryptocurrency, blockchain, you can find it in a blockchain game, especially the play to earn ones. They have blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and then NFTs. And then now we're seeing, DeFi is coming out of it and all kinds of new aspects of investment and engagement. So anything and everything that has to do with the space, you can find it under the umbrella of blockchain gaming. And that's something we want to highlight as an easy way to kind of onboard people into this space. And, I just even what y'all are doing with the Uplift game, like, man, there's just so much room for, all this evolution, of the gaming space with these, new play to earn models, and just adapting these games to create all this incentive to really participate. So we're excited, to just get people to be aware of what's going on.
All I have to say to that is, like, I'm really happy it's not a Monday morning and chill, because that wasn't chill at all. You just fucking dove in. Like, you took the rockets to space on that one. Like, you really did.
I'm not the bubble
That's awesome.
Welcome to NFT Game Day with MiggyCrypto, where we're going to be talking what you.
Hey, could you do me a favor at your event? Could you just play that trailer? Just like, oh, sorry,
Yes.
what's this? We don't even know what the fuck this is.
No, I
That'd be
love
awesome.
that. Man, I would love to. Yeah, that would look great. We have a very nice digitized stage that would be
You can
perfect
have
for that.
all of our shit.
So I have a question for you because I think this is interesting. And I'm a little bit of a weirdo, so maybe everyone doesn't. But like you were talking about like esports now, and you were talking about how this like will totally amplify the whole system. What's the difference between normal esports and blockchain gaming when it comes to esports? Like, I think that's a really important thing to talk about because like Corey and I have been on this like really crazy play to earn kick.
Yeah.
Like Corey's gotten in my head so much that like every time I see play to earn on Twitter, I'm like, come on the show, come talk to us about play to earn, come on the show, right?
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and that's the thing is that there's not too much difference except for just the amount of time that's being spent playing these games and what's actually being brought in as income. So we were talking yesterday with a few people, some people from Gala Games. They have the Spider Tanks game coming out that they've created. So we were talking with them about the event, and we were just talking about the amount of money that's being poured into the esports field. Like it's like esports, for those who don't know, is basically just online gaming at a high professional competition level where there's a lot of seed money put into purse prizes, and then people playing tournament style and they win these large tournaments. And so what we were talking about was how much money is being put as far as like teams for sponsorship, and that even with some teams receiving millions of dollars, they still that funding is still like not anything that the players really get to make. So they're not really making money. They make money at the tournaments, which they if they win, but the time that they're playing these games and the amount of money that's being put into the field, that the actual players and teams they're not really making much compared to what's being invested. So with the blockchain gaming space in the play to earn model, it changes that every second being spent on a game is incentivized by you're earning cryptocurrency. So we can take what they're doing in esports and really kind of elevate it by having the teams really be able to earn income for every time that they play, every moment that they open that game and they're involved, they're earning. And so there's a lot more room to really gear that income towards the players, towards the teams. They can be self-invested, self-funded, no longer needing these big sponsors or companies, corporations to fund these teams. So not only can you pay these players to play because I think like the average esports salary is like $70,000 a year to be hired on as like a player. So you can be put on salary, you can win at tournaments, and you can actually earn, just for the participation of the game itself. So it really takes, a lot of the aspects of playing and really driving it towards, being able to earn, just for every second of gameplay, everything that you do. And so we want to take that and just kind of combine it where, we do what they're doing already, but just bring the blockchain gaming space into it and really just, kind of push that model that, hey, like these players are what it's all about. And so you can involve more of the community, more participants, more team members, more teams and stuff like that. And it's just a cool way to be able to really push something that's already growing. The esports field definitely took a big boom, with the pandemic, and everybody's getting involved. And so now with this play to earn model that's being created with stuff like what you guys have for the game, that people are really starting to push more towards online gaming, especially now that they're able to supplement their incomes. A lot of people can game, a lot of people are playing games, and now there's more incentive to be involved. So it's a pretty cool thing to see, especially to know that transfer of wealth, is very easy to attain. all the millions of dollars that are being poured into the esports already and being lost can just easily be transferred over into the blockchain gaming space, to where that money can be invested into something that everybody can benefit from the players to the coaches to even the people who are invested in the team themselves. Even with the structure of like having a DAO set up to where your teams can be set up with DAOs now with crypto. So much potential, with blockchain technology now. It's crazy.
Well, what annoys me about esports and what excites me is the same thing. And I'm not like I'm just gonna put this out here. I'm a little bit loose with my words tonight. Like I might have met some friends and had a few drinks before, so we might be in that position. But like honestly, like what annoys me and what excites me about it is kind of the same thing that like we're dealing with Yoshi drops. And it's like when you have these sponsors, right, that are paying people really good salaries, like $70,000 isn't nothing to
Right.
smirk about. But like $70,000 to a gamer might be a couple of million to a professional sports player. Like we're not quite there yet. We're not quite at that level where people are making millions of dollars. Like there might be some people, but what I like about the blockchain aspect personally is it allows anyone to play.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't have to have that sponsorship to be able to come in and we've seen that in the Uplift world, right? Like
Right.
the last article that we published on the Uplift World blog series blew my mind, because these guys were like, hey, how can we like get featured in your Uplift blog series? And I was like, well, what have you guys done? And they sent me like builds of like some of the projects that we love the most that
Wow.
they've like put the builds together with, right? Like they've
That's
done the
cool.
ultra rare build, they've done like a Tommy King's build,
Yeah.
they've done like all of these builds across the board, and like nobody knows who they are. And if nobody knows who you are, you're never going to get sponsored. And,
Right.
and so what I like about the blockchain ideology is that it takes play to earn in a sense to a whole new level, where you can be your own agent, where you can be
Yep.
your own contractor, right? And so I'm like super excited about melding these two things together. Like when we think of esports, we think of an arena that's full of people. I mean, I'm weird, but like I delimitate everything when I think of gaming to Mario
Yeah.
Brothers, just because it's easy for me.
Right. That's
But
awesome.
and I love magic mushrooms, and Mario mushrooms are magical.
Yes.
They make you big, they make you small, they give you fire, they do all this cool shit.
Right.
But like honestly, when you get to the point where you're playing a game in an amphitheater full of people who are clapping and cheering
Yeah.
and there for it, that's a gaming conference. But what happens when you take that gaming conference and you throw all of these blockchain people into the same location, right?
Yeah.
These people who are used to being their own identities online, and they all got thrown into this weird random venue in Texas. I mean, so I guess this is like leading to one of my questions that I have for you today. I love the fact that like that you're putting together a conference that is blockchain based gaming, that is looking towards the esports scenario, live in person in a location on this planet. It doesn't have to be Texas, but Texas is cool. So we'll go with that, right? But like what's do people have to go to be featured? Can people be a part of this conference actively without just being passive observers? Without being in this conference, like what is this conference about? Like how is the backbone structure of this conference? I mean, is it like a car show where like if you're looking at the 2D image and you're not seeing the thing spin around with the girl in the cheerleading shorts, that you weren't really there? Like how does this work? Like explain this to me, because it's a really interesting concept when we get to the point, because we had this conversation last night actually on the show with Dan Larimer and some of the other people that we were interviewing about like the whole EOS type of scenario whereby you could have this conference in real life, but all of the people in real life that are meeting are actually like a community in online gaming. So I'm kind of curious to see like what's the plan for this blockchain gaming conference. Like, is it going to be an event that people who are not there can participate in, or are they just going to be passive observers? Or is it going to be more like Ken's like shitcoin conference where, you know, you had a lot of passive observers, but everyone was there, like got amplified like to the tilt, right? And I'm not
Right.
I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just more curious.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the style that we're looking for. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with like the E3 conferences that happen, but we're basically trying to mimic, you know, what's happening in the event space now. You know, we see all these different conferences going on, Bitcoin conference and ours, the shitcoin conference, and we want it to be something that everybody can participate in. So we have both, you know, in-person event plus the online virtual feature as well, because we just want everybody that can be involved, you know, we want them to be. So this is something that we want to start kind of like that onboarding process for the mainstream, because a lot of people, you know, understand gaming. A lot of people can game from various ages. Like you said, like it's just anybody can really do it, and a lot of people do. So we want that to be available to everybody, that you can join us online, you know, check out the different panel talks that we have. We're going to be geared towards mostly focusing on like the tournaments that we're going to have involved there. You know, as far as like the interaction, because we do want to focus on, you know, the actual gameplay, and that, like you said, that tournament style, to where, you know, everybody can get excited about, okay, these games are going on, these teams are playing, you know, just kind of create, you know, a big fuss about it. But we're going to have a lot of interactive stuff happening in person.
So there's going to be like kind of an esports element to this, where people are going to be able to come in. There's going to be presentations obviously as well, but like there's going to be an interactive element where people are going to be able to come in, and they're going to be able to like watch other people on the screens doing certain things in games, and there's going to be rewards that go out, correct?
Right. Yep. Exactly. We'll have vendor booths, everything.
So is there a way that we can have like an uplift build competition in there in real life, like in person? Like that would be fun.
No,
right?
absolutely.
Like everyone logs into the uplift world. They get like, I don't know, an hour. In a creative world, and then like all the people in the real time audience, like they could judge it, and like we give out some really kick-ass prizes. Like that would be fun as hell, man.
100%. We have the space is perfectly set up for that, so we definitely want to have areas, you know, geared towards something like that, you know, even if you can't be there physically, like we could create a presence in that way, because we have a really nice LAN center that's outside the staging area, and I believe they said it has like 10 to 20 high performance gaming computers, plus we have the 8 team rooms in the back, and the 8 team rooms each have like 6 to 8 gaming computers in those rooms as well. So we plan on having, you know, the LAN center set up to where there could be some of those computers dedicated to specific games that people can just come by, check out, or have it set up that they can go to the team room and have it be more specifically interactive, that, hey, all these games are geared towards, or all these computers are geared toward one game. You go to the room, you can come in, check it out, play, build, you know, however. So we can definitely, we're definitely looking to have stuff like that. So we could definitely do something like that with Uplift, because it'd be a good way to, I think that Minecraft is definitely a game that a lot of people are really very familiar with, very easy to get people to get involved. So we could have a station basically set up to where these games are already logged in, and people can come in and play, and even invite people who are already playing or on Minecraft to, you know, do stuff like that, have builds or do whatever.
So if I was going to hashtag this event and I was going to put it out on Twitter, what would this event be hashtagged as? What is this event called?
It's going to be the Nifty League Blockchain Gaming Festival.
The Nifty League Blockchain Gaming Festival. So if I had a superpower, what I would do is I would change, you know, everyone's mindset, and I would say, whenever you see NFT Game Day, you call it the Nifty League Blockchain Festival, and this is what it would be.
I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble.
League Blockchain Festival.
Yeah, I'm in. Sign me up.
I'm not
Roger, make a YouTube channel with us on an endless loop.
That's so cool. No, I love that. That's perfect, you know, because the
I'm
Nifty League is
excited.
definitely going to be the big thing that we highlight. Like the Nifty League is what we're trying to create from this event. You know, this event will be annual, but creating the Nifty League from this, and then having a space that, you know, we can bring devs together to kind of talk and choose and just, you know, maybe create some synergy there and have announcements made for, for the next big thing for the next year. We'll have vendors, we'll have booths, we'll have panel speakers. We're having an after party after each day, so we'll have a 3-day, event, which is what we're teaming up with the UBL. Small chance that, I mean, I probably shouldn't say it because we're still building it, but man, we're even like working on like getting people like Steve Aoki involved, to perform and stuff like that. So fingers crossed, like we're working really hard to pull this off, and we're just at the point to where we're gonna finish up getting like our sponsorship deck remade. We just got with that media marketing team, so we're like days away before we can really start pushing for like ticket sales and stuff like that. So fingers crossed, man. Like it's been a journey, but because all this is being built from scratch.
I mean, I like Corey will verify this. Like annoyingly so, I worked really hard on the branding on this show, like early on when we ported away from EOSIO Weekly, and I was like, no, like Corey's just like, I just want to be Corey, and I'm like, no, you have to be Corey Cottrell and Jimmy D. This has got to be the thing. But probably Corey, what we should have branded the show as is like, I probably shouldn't have said it, right? Like this is what our show has become. It's become this. Like I'm super excited. We should do some gratitudes, but I have like so many questions. I mean, there's some really cool stuff. I think that is going to be possible here, and I definitely want to dive in and know like how people can be involved, how people can be involved in place, in person, how people can be involved, if they're not able to be there. But definitely, if whenever you're ready, Corey, throw the gratitudes up. Like let's do those.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. I don't have that machine up yet. I've been busy.
I mean, like I don't know. Like that's
sorry.
like I don't know. I don't know. So like hashtag shameless plug with serious fucking relevance here. Go to
dark.
Right. Go to Nifty Blocks and search Blue Deck. I was impressed. I was impressed. The baseline wax membership sold out very quickly.
That's so awesome.
Which was awesome.
Did
like
they?
we're on the like very quickly, and
Wow.
we're on the second tier, and we're releasing. But I just want to throw this out there because there was some confusion, and I just want to say this. I had no part in this, but what I love about it is the fact that like the whole drop in a sense was constructed around the ideology. I don't even think it was done knowingly, but the ideology that if you get in quick, you get the better bargain. Right? Maybe it was done. Like,
that was
like,
exactly the fucking plan.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah,
let me check
absolutely.
my notes. Let me read on the
Right.
Nope,
As
that was
planned.
the fucking plan.
Yeah,
Right? Like
fair enough.
it's like when you the EOS token sale as an example that whatever raised $4 billion. They did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
If you got in early, you got tons. As
Right.
another great example, Ken motherfucking Bozak.
I was just about to
He's
make
doing
the Ken
exactly
token.
the
We
same
did
thing.
that. Yeah.
It works. And these are all out on sale now. And I don't care if they sell it in a month or a year. It literally doesn't matter to me at all. Right. And there's going to be 10,000 in that lot. There's going to be 100,000 total. A bunch of them are going to be on different chains, and Wax is never going to see them. Might take 5 years to sell those out. And some people that are like buying and holding for collectibles or whatever, you might wait fucking 5 years to make alpha on it. I don't fucking know.
Well,
care.
and I'll tell you openly, and honestly what I did. I went in right away and I bought the lowest tier. I bought the maximum amount that I could buy. And then I wanted to give some away, but I don't want to give away those little mints. So I went in and I bought like the maximum amount. I went in and I bought the maximum amount that I could buy of the second highest tier, and I started giving those away.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And I think But yeah, definitely. Corey and I will probably do a show that covers that in the very near future. But like, I just think that there's so much interest in gaming, and there's so much that Wax can bring to the table
Oh
in a
yeah.
sense when it comes to melding DeFi
Mhm.
with NFTs. And so that was another question that I have for you. Like, is this conference? I'm assuming that you're welcoming all blockchains, all people from everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But
because
I'm also assuming that you're giving preference to anyone who's been on the show just because
yeah,
we're fucking awesome, right? Like,
absolutely. I mean, right now Wax is definitely like, I mean,
Uh,
a lot of it, I mean, what we're doing is geared towards, what I can kind of connect us with, because I have the biggest, hand in the NFT space with our team. So I'm very in favor of Wax, especially the Wax blockchain games. Um, just spoke with the team from Onesis who created Hodl God on Wax.
right.
Trying to get them involved. Basically, everybody on Wax that I can get involved, I'm trying to, even if it's just something small as like, just cross promotion, just getting their name and branding out there, because this is that event that, like, I want to get everybody in as best as I can, from all blockchains. But Wax is definitely my biggest connection with the people that I work with, the friends that I have. So any way we can bring, everybody to this, because our job and our goal is to bring awareness to the space as a whole. And we'll have, an NFT auction that we're doing for the National Video Game Museum. We're doing a charity auction for them to help them raise funds to keep their museum running. We're building different associations, and even with the stadium itself, the thing about the Arlington Esports Stadium is that it is the largest dedicated esports stadium that exists on the planet. There is no other one that's bigger, right? Has been built.
So you're doing this conference in a live stadium that was built for esports.
Correct. Yeah, and it's the largest stadium built for esports that exists.
And we're on blockchain, and we live in a virtual world, and you don't even really need a real place of interest. So I know like 3 people. Like, I have like 3 friends who aren't my coworkers. Like, it's weird. Like, I really don't like the fact that like my best friends are my coworkers, but like I never have to see them, right? Like, it's a bit of a pain, but like, I want to hug Corey someday, but like, I'm a little bit worried whether he thinks I don't shower enough or something. Like, we never know.
If anyone doesn't shower, it's me.
But like if you happen to talk to those 3 people who are friends of mine who don't want to be involved in this conference, just say that like Jimmy D said it was okay. Like, I'm totally endorsing this because I think this is freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
Right? And I would love to see I would love to see 20% of the games that are on there. I'm going to get yelled at here, but like, I would love to see them from Ethereum. I would love to see them.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see like 100% of the games that actually exist on Cardano involved in your
Yeah.
your blockchain.
Oh, absolutely.
Which would make like 0.05% of that.
Right, of the total.
Right. But like, sorry, that one was for you, Corey. But but like, yeah, I think like this is really amazing, and so if you're out there and you're connected with any projects, like, one of the things that I really like about the Wax community is like we seem to be stretching across borders. Like,
Yeah.
the EVM might not be there, but definitely persona of the people who are talking to other people are there. I mean, and we see that in a lot of our kind of guests, and so definitely, how can people find you, Miggy? It feels like I'm ending the stream, but I'm totally not. But I'm so excited that I want to know, like, how can people find you? How can people get registered for this?
Well, right now, we're creating the socials for it. We have a Discord that we've made, a Play to Earn Discord. We have a Play to Earn channel on Facebook, a group on there. But we have the E-League Fest on Twitter. You can that's the @E-League Fest. That's gonna be where most of all the information comes out. Once we get this marketing material done, we'll be basically blasting the socials as much as we can. But it is up now. The E-League Fest is available on Twitter, and I'm currently running that. So definitely add that, and then just add me on Twitter. My handle's Crypto33Miggy. and I'll be talking about it, getting on streams, doing more podcasts. Because with this event, we're also going to include, a lot of NFT aspect to it, especially like NFT ticketing. One of our biggest plans is just kind of like what you guys said and what you're doing, kind of like that initial idea of, hey, if you get involved with this event early, these tickets, the sponsorship packages, like they'll all be tied to like a future membership type deal. So basically, like what we're gonna do is wrap these tickets up and like these initial sponsorship packages as like OG passes. So when you come to this first event, you sponsor this first event. Well, next time, maybe you'll get a discount. Maybe having these NFTs from these tickets, these passes will, give you something just for being one of these first, sponsors, one of these first ticket holders. Yeah.
I want Corey to do the gratitudes, but I have to ask this. There's no possible way I'm going to be able to come to this event. Like I live on the other side of the world.
Right.
But if I buy a ticket, give that little piece of paper that allows someone in, do like I get a benefit in the end? Because this is really exciting for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that like I could buy a ticket for an event and get more value out of it than actually going there if I'm not actually capable of going there. Like, is this kind of what you're insinuating? Like, is this a possibility?
Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm not saying that it'll be more valuable.
No, that's exactly what we want, because we want to distribute. We want everything to, like I said, be in, not just about NFTs and crypto, but be NFTs, and so these tickets we're going to use it to incentivize that. Hey, if you have these tickets or you're one of the first sponsors, there's going to be NFTs associated with that. So we'll always have a way to reach out to you. So like special NFT drops. We're working with the Ken Token project as well to bring that into space. So, perhaps we'll incentivize people by dropping in some Ken discounts for future events, maybe discounts for the online events that we'll host throughout the year. It's like I guess like exclusive NFTs that we're going to create specifically for this event, all kinds of stuff. So being a ticket holder and a sponsor will definitely be incentivized by will rewarding people for that. And so as every year passes for this event, more incentive and more rewards will be given to those who hold, this first round of passes. And as each year progresses, everybody will get a benefit from it.
That's fucking brilliant. And what I'm about to say is going to sound like I'm making fun of it, but like I'm totally serious. This is how fucking weird my mind is. That's a lot of applications. Right there.
Well,
anyway,
I fucking love you.
It's pretty organized though.
Right?
Yeah,
It's really organized.
it's something.
All of mine are on top of each other. But yeah, like what I'm gonna say is like I kind of feel like I'm just gonna buy a field somewhere, like randomly somewhere in the world, and I'm gonna call it a campground. And if you own an Uplift NFT, I'm gonna give you the ability to camp there for free anytime you want, and you might need me someday. I mean,
that's all. Yeah,
but no, like
awesome.
what you're saying is like levels above that. But
yeah,
I love that idea. Like Corey's actually sick of like my ideas about like how we can enable people in real life to like give coupons at stores for people who but
it's like a noun, a verb, and a coupon.
That's that's awesome.
But I love it. Like I love the fact that like I could actually support the event without actually being there and get something in return. Right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't need to scalp the ticket because my kid got sick in a sense, right? Like
100%.
Right.
We're also trying to structure a DAO out of this event, specifically creating like tailoring the sponsorship to have an opportunity to participate in a DAO. So what we're going to do is offer that those who at least sponsor at a minimum amount, will basically be whitelisted to have to be the first ones to be able to participate in the DAO for this event, because we really do want to structure that as well. To have the NFT League, run by a DAO would definitely be right in alignment with just what we believe in and what the blockchain can offer. So we're gonna use that opportunity that people who sponsor at a certain amount, will give them the first opportunity to participate in the DAO offering whenever we get that ready. So we want to gear that incentive that everybody that participates, that supports the event, supports us, supports the people in the event. Everybody's gonna get a little something out of it, and so it's just just the kind of the blockchain way. Everybody wins. You support us, and that support isn't for naught. You get something out of it. So we want to create that win-win scenario in every way possible, even with the events, teaming it up with KenCoin, that if you're a KenCoin holder, most likely you'll get an event, or you'll get, even if you can't go to the event, you'll probably get some exclusive NFTs from the event and things like that, pairing up with different people, different tokens and groups, and even like the games, like y'all, like I think Uplift is a very great way to bridge a lot of different games, even across blockchains, because we can create spaces for Ethereum based games in Uplift, so in a sense, bring them to Wax to be like, hey, Axie Infinity has no presence in Uplift. Well, what if we built them their own Axie Stadium or something in Uplift? And so people can go to this game
Or
without...
what if we gave them their whole fucking own world? I mean,
yeah, exactly. So that's one thing that we want to create, is that interoperability, that hey, this is a space for everybody, everybody, all gamers, all ages, all people, all levels, all, you can be in different areas of the country, you can participate in any way possible. And so esports and then blockchain kind of really brings that all together. So we definitely want to like create more of that, and just have that ideology that if you support an event, you support a company, a project, that support will be rewarded. And so the community can thrive from it.
I think Corey's deep in thought over there, and I'm kind of curious what he's pondering.
The blue DAC rocket, baby.
No. I think other thoughts sometimes. Oh, man. Yeah, all roads lead to a rocket pad. It's true.
Right?
No,
Says
awesome.
guy,
I love that video.
Says the guy that used to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and go down and turn on the TV and watch rocket launches. That's actually,
that's
I just heard that like 3 weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Corey, I spend like every day with Corey, but like I just heard that 3 weeks ago. It changed my whole perspective.
Right now. So my wife, 10-year anniversary of our big, huge romantic weekend, she got us both training passes to become astronaut trainees at NASA.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's so fun.
That's so cool.
Anyway, yeah,
man, that's perfect, because like, so
married.
I got involved with NFT the movie, and Jeff Crane
Nice.
and them. They're all about like the astronauts and the space team.
NFT the movie, wasn't that? Damn it, who is it? Ash and Lisa.
No.
That we had on the show way back in the day. Weren't they involved in that?
No, they were
the new kids on the blockchain. Were they involved in an NFT movie?
They weren't doing NFTs.
NFT the movie is run by the producer Jeff Crane, and a few other team members, Heidi and Joshua Paintings. They're involved as well. But we met Jeff when he came to Shitcoin. He basically has created this documentary based around NFTs and the people that are involved, or some people that are involved, like real life situations. They filmed in Texas, Utah, California, Florida, and Puerto Rico. And the big thing about that, like their big theme is like the space and astronauts. So like us as team members, like we're all considered astronauts. Like Jeff wants to get us all like space suits, like astronaut jumpsuits and stuff like that. So it's just funny because like you're big on the launching and stuff like that in the space. So I love how that atmosphere is being bred, that like, hey, everybody's basically into the space theme right now on blockchain. So like we're all freaking astronauts, man. Like I love it.
What do you think of Cryptonaut? Is that too weird?
No, it's a good name. A Psychonaut, man. That's usually my.
I mean, I'm all about the Psychonaut. I mean, the best way to go up is to go in.
Right.
Like Heidi, meaning like Heidi who lives in Portugal, whose husband is like the crazy big wave surfer.
Heidi Gilman and her husband, they live in Utah.
Okay, sorry, different Heidi. Okay.
Yeah, they've been working on a lot of. They're actually very heavily involved in the wax community, especially with NFT the movie. They came to our event as well, and they started collecting on wax.
Let's do an NFT the movie roundtable. Like,
oh
what do you
yeah,
got? Like, let's
Jeff,
fucking do that.
No, I'm totally down. I will talk with Jeff because we just submitted the film to Sundance a few weeks ago, so we're waiting for our approval. Once that comes through, we'll be going to Sundance Film Festival in January, and then we'll be doing premieres and launching. We just launched the first 2 trailers, so I'll definitely hit him up and bring him on because he's definitely a great guy that you'd love to talk to. And hearing about that movie, it's pretty cool. It's definitely something to talk about for sure.
I like the booed astronauts, actually.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, sorry, Corey. Are you okay to do the gratitudes now, or do you want to show off the insane amount of applications that you have on your desktop?
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, my
those are all
freaking really lame. Yeah,
all the DAC pools that you created, each one is some folder.
Yeah, I mean the goal is 1,000 plus, so
that's so awesome.
Not actually even crazy.
I get to look like the cool guy who's commanding Corey around to pull up the game on the screen, but my technology is so archaic that I can't do 2 things at once.
I mean,
like,
that's how I need to upgrade my laptop too. I've been hooking it up to my TV and like it struggles trying to run the TV and the laptop.
What do you call it? Fuck. Like when you have that when you have that conundrum that like you can't choose between, because like blockchain, the ability to like deal with NFTs, the ability to take part in DeFi allows you that freedom to be able to be mobile, and allows you that freedom to be able to go wherever the fuck you want to go.
Yeah.
But then you have on top of that the inability to like have really good internet and a mobile compatibility with that lifestyle, right? Like,
yeah.
Like I live in Japan. Most people know this, but like hands down, if you have it at your house or you have it on your phone, it's the best internet in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but the Wi-Fi here sucks. Right. And then you look at like somewhere like North America or Canada, like we had a Blockchain Canadians episode one time. And like, they were like, by far the most expensive, worst internet that you will ever find is in Canada. I don't think.
Wow.
I don't think that's actually true. I think
it's not even remotely true.
Like,
you go outside any major city in the United States and you're going back to the dark ages.
Right.
Yeah.
Canada actually spent billions on infrastructure 20 years ago. Their internet is dramatically better than the United States.
Yeah.
Like,
I imagine ours is a joke, man. It's insane. I was just like you were saying, I was spending a lot of time with Ken, recently, and going to hotels and like staying in. Man, I don't know, for some reason, every hotel, especially the nice ones, their Wi-Fi sucks. It's like, how are we doing this? Like, how is it we're spending this much money to be at this nice hotel and the Wi-Fi is trash? Like, what is happening? It's 2021, guys. Like, I thought we solved this problem already. Right. Flying cars and Wi-Fi.
Thanks for joining us, the Digital Acid. I have a mic.
Hey, you know what's fun? I think I'm having a beer with that guy later.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Sebastian.
And actually, like we're talking, like, just like texting back and forth and stuff. It's like out on metaverse and DeFi and NFTs, and he's like, man, like we just get like just go down the rabbit hole. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, enough about me. I'm really every time I like.
It's okay. We only heard half of it because the American internet sucks. Yeah.
Even in Miami. Fucking shit.
I know. I don't understand it either. Like how we just don't have this amazing streaming Wi-Fi like all over the planet, which we know we can, but I don't know. It's still crazy that we have internet problems in 2021.
Seriously, just like if you have any money at all because you've made money in crypto, come to Japan for a week. And then, like, this is my biggest problem with leaving Japan. There's lots of issues in leaving Japan, but my biggest problem with leaving Japan is like I told this story to Corey as well. Like, I was in the middle of a remote area on an island in the middle of nowhere in a log cabin that didn't deserve to be there. And I took the weekend off. Like I planned it for the weekend because I knew that my internet was going to be shit. It's the only time I've ever had access to 5G internet. I extended
Wow.
my stay for like a week. I was like, what the hell is going on with this shit?
That's crazy.
Like it's nuts. But if you come to Japan, you're gonna have to spend a few $1,000s to rent a place to get internet because the local Wi-Fi at cafes and shops, that whole system doesn't exist.
Wow.
Unless you pay for it like through a proper internet provider or through a proper service provider, you're never gonna get it. So like America or Canada might have shit internet, but like wherever you go, there's free Wi-Fi.
Right.
Like so it's toss up. But like, you know, I know Corey's been talking about this for years. Like, but in Canada, I read recently that it's actually possible to get like satellite internet in your pocket.
Oh wow.
And I mean, that's a whole new pickup line for me because now I can say like,
Is that satellite internet in your pocket? Or are you happy to see me?
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, my signals are going through the roof. Is it just me, or have I had one too many drinks type of thing?
Right.
But yeah, it's really good.
Well, I know that with an upgrade for the internet, it'll definitely change things for the blockchain world because I know like that's, you know, once we can get quantum computing and everybody can have access to high-speed internet, then you're talking about like everybody can be involved in the blockchain space. And so,
but what I like about what you're doing with this event, actually, to bring it back, is that like, yeah, everyone can be involved in this blockchain space. Everyone can be involved in this, play to earn type of gamification where we can go across borders. We can use the internet, but you're in a sense providing a red carpet event where like people who would normally only be involved in the internet are going to want to be there to see the shit happen live.
right.
Like we should be hailed as the founders of a civilization that is bringing, you know, tourism back to the country because we might actually be that big.
I absolutely agree, especially because of the incentive that's being created to participate, to support, to, you know, especially making it affordable as well. You know, that's another goal of ours, is that, you know, we see what's going on in the conference space and how expensive it really is. You know, it's not really something that's like, hey, this is for everybody, but it's really not, because it's not really affordable for everybody. So you can't just have somebody be like, you know what, I'm interested, I'm gonna go drop $400 to $1,000 on a ticket just to check things out. So
yeah, but we had someone on the show last week, which I'm a really big fan of, and by no means am I saying that like this is negative on your part, but what I'm saying is like this guy is ahead of his time. He's an Australian who created this drop bears project on Wax, and they're going to give some money back to like, you know, koala rehabilitation.
That's awesome.
This is not a paid advertisement, by the way. I'm just a really big fan of what he's doing.
Yeah.
And we are going to give away some packs next week, but this isn't why I'm saying this. Why I'm saying it is this beautiful, because his whole platform is like, when I get to a certain level of my roadmap, I'm going to pay for 2 people to come to Australia.
Awesome. Yeah.
And like, I'm going to like support the tourist industry. I'm going to walk into a bar and I'm going to throw a wad of cash down on the table.
Yeah.
I just want them to have a good time. I'm going to take them to all these places that like, and how many people do you know? Like, it doesn't matter. And I asked him, I'm like, really? Like, you're going to pay for someone for America or Africa to come to Australia? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for the ticket. This isn't one of these like scam things where like,
right.
oh, if you get there, we'll put you up in a hotel. He's actually going to pay for the ticket. He's actually allowed these funds. And like, imagine if blockchain conferences get to the point where like some of the rewards or some of the like prizes for some of the projects that are involved in those actually get free passes to those blockchain conferences.
Oh, absolutely. And that is something that we want to incorporate as well, because like I said, making it accessible for one and affordable for everybody is a thing, but being able to do things like that, you know, like we do have obviously like our sponsorship deck is tailored to where, hey, those who can sponsor more and be more involved, we're going to offer more incentive. But we want to also do things to where we can kind of, let's say, give away a ticket that gives access to all that the sponsors have access to. You know, bring somebody into that space, be like, hey, this isn't normally something where we may have this person involved because they aren't a sponsor, but we're going to get them involved. We're going to bring them to our VIP area, take them out to dinner with the VIP people, you know, maybe take them to a Cowboys game or something, which there is a Cowboys game the Sunday of our event. So we're trying to work out a package with like that. But I agree with you, like being able to do that for the community, you know, really incentivize that. Like, hey, if you want to get involved, you want to check things out and just learn, like we're going to do something for somebody good in the community. And, you know, a lot of what blockchain does, it really allows for that, hey, we can really do stuff for people and in big ways. And especially just to show our love for our supporters. And it's great, you know, to see more projects doing that and getting more people involved by incentivizing that participation.
I'm grateful for I'm grateful for crazy crypto talks with Miggy, actually. That's like, yeah, that's my thing.
I'm grateful for the community that y'all are building, man, and the community space that y'all are creating, allowing, you know, others to build within. Because this is, I think, you know, what y'all have will be a big deal, and that's something that we want to incorporate in this space as well. Is that, you know, you know what it's about, you know, building that community and giving people an area to be involved in the community, and being able to do that online, I mean, is a huge deal because you give access to everybody in the world.
Go back and watch the first episode when you were on here. You were quite shy. You've come out of your shell. I like that. But like, here's the thing. Again, you know, we're gonna have to let you go really soon because we got a double header tonight. But you are the first people. You're one of our first guests that have booked 3 in a row, and don't think you're gonna go away with 3. Like, I've already got the next 2 planned in my head.
Awesome.
Like,
No, I would love that. I mean, there's
awesome,
a lot of things that I'm doing and a lot of people that I want to promote, and, you know, kind of like the same thing with the event. Like, I want to highlight certain people who normally wouldn't get a platform, you know, or a lot of eyes. And I appreciate that. I would love to. I just saw a comment about somebody saying letting the community members sponsor an attendee. That's definitely something that I would love to incorporate. Just more of that aspect to be like, hey, maybe we get the community involved, and, you know, we have a contest to where the community can support, you know, maybe a couple tickets for attendees or something like that. And I love that, you know, that there are community members who are willing to even just come up with an idea like that, you know. And that's what I love about the blockchain and just the wax community in general. There's a lot of people who are just very giving in their thinking and just giving in their nature, and I love that aspect of it.
Corey and I go way back long enough to know that, like, Corey, when he wants to shut me up, he just flies around the uplift and I become mesmerized.
It looks, yeah, it's hard not to, man. Like, it's so cool seeing the star. I mean, it looks so good. Like,
Miggy, what are you grateful for, Miggy? What are you grateful for?
Man, I'm just grateful for the community, the blockchain community that's growing, and, you know, especially the real blockchain community, you know, the people that are loving and caring enough to be like, hey, let's all look out for each other. Let's all work together, grow together, support each other. And it's really put me in a good position to help a lot of people, and, you know, that support has been growing. So I'm very grateful for the community that is out there and everybody who shows support.
That's awesome. And Corey, do you have a gratitude for us today?
Yeah, I up already. I can't remember what I said, but I'm grateful for DeFi.
Yes.
I had a little bit on the brain as it's been
100%
covered. Yeah, it's, I mean, every single time you're talking about, you know, the team should have their own DAOs. Well, DAOs have a governance token, and that governance token has real value.
Mm-hmm.
And those things all get plugged into BlueDAC and plugged into Ken token and plugged into Aether token, right? Like, it creates the ability for us to be, you know, connecting all of these communities together in a real network of value that grows exponential existed, but the incentives to make people do it didn't. And that's really, that's why I've been obsessed with BlueDAC for so long, because it's just going to make it happen.
By the way, I sent Dan a message today after our stream last night, and I asked him, if he would be willing to come on our show, and join you, Corey, and me, and our good friend M Blue, and maybe talk about how we could incorporate the Eden structures into the uplift, because I just think that would be a really interesting conversation, right?
Blue and I were talking about creating the DAO structure for Blue DAC on EOS with Eden.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I think it would be really fun, and I mean,
Agreed.
So,
hey,
Miggy,
the mall gallery guy showed me some of the stuff that nobody's seen in the mall gallery. Holy shit!
Wow.
Right, I've seen it. It's fucking good.
Holy cow!
Good. So I made a mistake. Actually, it's not next week. It's 2 weeks from Monday. We're gonna have the Uplift event on this channel. That's gonna like blow the mall gallery out of the water. They're gonna come on here. They're gonna show us around. It's gonna be awesome. I thought it was next week, but they're not quite ready yet. And I say that with quotes, not because I'm making fun of them. I'm like, if I could do half of what they're ready for right now, I would be ecstatic. Like the shit that's coming out of that gallery is awesome. But but so cool. We're gonna have to let you go, Miggy, because I'm sorry, I double booked today. But we're gonna have you back very soon in the next week or two, to talk about, like, this is the second time you've been here. And you didn't even talk about Ken Token, right? Like the last time that you were here.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about Ken Token a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I talked to the Ken Token team yesterday, and they might be pushing their release schedule up because of, hold on, let me check my notes. What happened in the last, oh yeah, fucking Blue DAC. Sorry, what?
But yeah, definitely
I'm not excited
definitely go and follow Miggy, because he's got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, he's involved with Ken Token, but he's also involved with this blockchain crypto conference, which is amazing. And the next time that you're going to come on, you're going to actually talk about your own personal project, which is cool. I just love you for the fact that you saved your personal project for last. That's awesome to me. It's like you're promoting all of these other people, and then at the end, you're going to say, I want to do some cool shit with my stuff too. And I mean, that's why I love blockchain. That's why I love this space, is because people like you are going out there and they're pushing other people forward. Like, we've had very few people on this channel who that sounds really bad, so I'm going to rephrase it. There's a lot of people out there in the world who are promoting themselves,
right?
But like there's certain people who go the level beyond where they kind of fall into the line of things that they're doing in the space.
Hey, verbosity Jimmy,
humble.
Shut your cake hole. We gotta go.
Yeah, we totally got to go.
I'm getting pinged by a Loadmaster right now.
He's like, ping,
hey,
ping, come
on. Okay. So before I quit,
you guys.
Come back here. Come back on this channel. We're gonna fucking blow some shit up in like 2 minutes. We're gonna blow up the whole.
We're gonna blow shit up.
Blow shit up.
And not even figuratively, like literally.